Good morning, good afternoon. I don't know, whatever time it is you guys are watching this. So this is probably like 2 weeks back, maybe a week back. I don't know. It's January 11th. It's a Saturday. We're supposed to work this morning, but let me show you what's happened. I can't go to work. Even the interstate is covered. I hate calling in. This is only the second time I've called in, and it's in the same week, but that's because we've got a snowstorm, so it is what it is. Almost the entire store called in, but I still feel guilty because it's just how I work. Okay, so this place is a mess. It's a very small trailer, not an excuse. Just not cleaning up as I go. JoJo is going to help me with this when he wakes up. You guys are probably not going to see that on film just because I'm a little hesitant to show him on camera right now. No reason then. I guess that's just how I'm feeling. Did not clean up from dinner last night. Look at this. That's ridiculous. That's even worse. We can go ahead and blame it on it being a small kitchen, but the simple fact is I just don't clean up as I go. I do if I'm feeling it. I just wasn't feeling it. Okay. Joe's room is actually clean. He's kept it clean, you guys. This door is just going to be like this for now. My beautiful curtain, you all. It's a sheet. Bathroom is a mess. We're not turning the light on because you guys aren't seeing that full mess. Just trust me, it's gross. The whole sink needs cleaned out. Those toothbrushes are soaking in peroxide. That I did remember to clean. And you guys, we're going to have to talk about this thing because it is funny. But yeah, all that needs cleaned. This is why I clean with bleach, y'all, because I'm a clutter bug. We probably aren't going to get to this today. It needs to be, I would like to at least get one shelf cleaned up, but we'll see. I need to mop in here and just basically put the bed back together and fold some clothes. This isn't too bad. This room, there's just not a lot in it. Okay, so I am going to time and see how long I can do. So the main goals are going to be the bathroom, the kitchen, and maybe the living room. I'm not really concerned with the living room because Joe and I are going to be in it for most of the day. So, yeah. All right, let's get to it, y'all. So I got some laundry started. That's usually my go-to when I've got a whole day of cleaning, is I like to get all the stuff going that takes, the whole day, and you can kind of just in and out, in and out. It feels weird if I don't get laundry started. So that's what I did here. And this is that Samsung washer. When I started watching TikTok, I never understood the jokes about the noises on the Samsung machine, but yeah, like it pretty much like sings to me. It's pretty funny. It sounds like a war. What are those things? I almost said cavalier, but the people that played, the little boys that played the drummers, there was like a specific name for them. I'm sure somebody knows. My sink got super dirty super fast, and it was super my fault because I'm a clutter bug. I try to work on as I go. My biggest issue is, and this is not an excuse, this is just what happens. I don't do well in the spur of the moment when I'm like super busy and I'm rushing. Like I just don't go to put my stuff back. I just throw it down and run out. And I've been trying to make a little bit of an effort to do better with that, especially when I've been staying at Jeremy's house. I guess just because I don't stay there all the time. So I'm trying to work on putting it back, and hopefully it becomes a habit. And to go ahead and just answer this question, I'll probably answer this in the next couple videos just because it seems like there's been a comment there literally has been a comment or a question in every video, and it doesn't bother me at all. I'm incredibly grateful to all of my new subscribers. So hello and welcome. I probably should have started with that. My husband and I are separated. That is why we do not live in the same house. We've been separated for over a year now. We are planning on moving back together, but not anytime soon. We've talked about it here and there, and there's just a couple of little things. Well, they're not little things, but a couple things that need to happen before either one of us is completely comfortable with like meshing our households back together. So that is why we don't live in the same house. West Virginia doesn't recognize separation, and we aren't really separated anymore because we're not seeing other people and we are together. So, and we want to make our marriage work, which we always wanted to make our marriage work. There was just a time when we really didn't think that was going to happen. But I'm not going to get into all that crap. We've talked a little bit about it here and there, but there's not like a specific video I can go back and tell you guys where we talked about it. If you want to look back at the video where we did the whole trailer, the last trailer that I lived in from start to finish, Jeremy talks a little bit about it, but there's no specific reason as to what happened. There are a lot of little reasons that I say little reasons. They're more like big little. There were a bunch of little things that added up. I don't know. Anyway, so to answer that question, that's the answer. So I was cleaning my stovetop, as you guys can see. And there's little Mr. Jojo. This was the Saturday, well, I already mentioned it, that we got snowed in. It was really, really nasty here. But I'll tell you what, my butt is walking to work. I will not call in again. I don't do that anyway. The last job I had, I was there for almost 2 years, and the only time I called in was when I literally had pneumonia, and I really should have gone to the hospital. So yeah, this won't happen again because I just finished, and I fibbed. I said I worked 11 days in a row. I worked 10 days in a row, but it feels like 30. So I have got to buy some compression socks. I work at a grocery store, if you are new here, and I'm on my feet all day long, and I tell you what, everything hurts right now. And I don't care if I sound like I'm whining, because I absolutely am whining. Whew, it hurts. I'm not at that point yet where I feel good and proud. I just feel tired. It's actually Tuesday evening, and I'm doing this voiceover. So you guys, if you're watching it right when it comes out, this is on a Wednesday. So that's a lot of dishes, even though this is a little kitchen. But I was on the ball this day, and I ended up decluttering a bunch of stuff, and I was really, really proud of it. So I'm kind of like chipping away. I used to be all or nothing. Like I would spend all day and then probably the next day like decluttering something, and I would almost say it was an unrealistic clean. Like I cleaned it so well, it was stupid. And when I say that, I mean like, have you ever cleaned a room so well and like set up a display and everything else, and then you realize there is no way that it is going to stay this way for longer than a day? And that's what I used to do. Like I would clean stuff, and it's like, this is not practical for this to be sitting here in the middle of the table when I use this table every day, and I'm going to have to move this, like a centerpiece or something like that. Like there's just things like I know about myself that, I'm not going to work around it. I'm not going to dust around it. And now I am chipping away at stuff. I used to want to see it all finished right away. Like I needed immediate results. And now due to time, I've said now like 4 times, because of time and work and just a busy life and a lot of my ADHD meds, that's a big part too. I'm okay with I'm not going to say leaving a mess, but taking a project day by day or however long it needs to. And it seems like it lasts longer. Kind of like I've mentioned this before, not recently, but I look at keeping a house as almost like weight loss, especially if you've struggled with hoarding or you're just not a tidy person in general, which I like to have things clean, but I also have hoarding tendencies. I like order and structure and all that, but then again, I also clutter stuff up. And I'm not going to say I'm lazy, but I definitely procrastinate and I'm easily distracted. But the last 2-3 years, I've done really well to chip away and to really declutter things, mentally and figuratively and literally. Yeah. But I say when I compare it to weight loss, it's like the longer it takes for you to lose the weight, the longer it, or the more likely it is that it'll stay off. And I feel like that's how it works with my decluttering and stuff. Like, not that it should take like too long, but that you're really doing the work and putting the effort into it and finding out why you're doing these things, and really fixing your daily habits. I'm not going to say losing weight or cleaning a house is easy, but you can do something real quick and real fast and all at once. That doesn't mean, but it seems like when you do it that way, it's not likely to stay. For me, anyway. So that's just that's an analogy that I like to do. Or I like to use, and I don't know why it works that way. Maybe it's just because you work harder for it or work longer for it. I don't know. 'Cause sometimes I've been quick to abandon things that I've worked on for years too. So who knows? Who knows? Obviously not me. I'll figure it out when I'm 80. So yeah. Let's see what else has gone on this week besides work. And then I did a little bit of more work. And Jeremy got back from Texas and he had a really, really good trip. He enjoyed himself. Joe and I had a good time too. It was really just me and him. We just really did a lot of running around and going to school, and I went to the dentist. So as I told you guys in my Saturday video, I'm going to have my Invisalign a little bit longer, but that is okay. It is cold here. We are down, I think tonight we're supposed to be like -2, -3. I don't know what the wind chill's supposed to be. It's something crazy. So I hope everybody's staying warm and safe. So this is where I started to declutter. I had to move this bowl. The bowl that you guys saw up here, I absolutely love this bowl. One of my friends made it at the grocery store that I work at. Not the one that I work at now, but when I worked at it like 2 years ago. I really, really love it. He makes a lot of these things. But anyway, what was so neat about this wooden bowl is it sat on my desk when I was a case manager at the Addiction Resource Center, and I would put candy in it for my clients and stuff. That was always something when you're going through withdrawals and that type of stuff anyway. Candy's always, it's not necessarily good, but it kind of helps with the cravings. I mean, it's obviously, not going to go with that. We won't get into the science of that anyway. So I had a candy bowl on my desk until flu season came up, and then I had to put it up. So, love the bowl. And that was, pardon me, just a little side note. The problem with it is, though, it's sitting up there, and I filled it with Diablo sauce packets from Taco Bell. I think there were some nails in there. I think there was literally a fake nail in there, like a fake fingernail that I broke off. So I moved it. I wanted it out on display, but it needed to be away from me. So we put it over here above my cookie jars. And there's nothing in it, so it is really just there for aesthetic purposes. Oh yeah, I said that right. And then you guys, look, aren't you proud of me? I know I said a couple videos ago that I was going to get rid of some of my travel mugs, and I did. And those were, as you saw, they didn't go very far, though. If you saw Saturday's video, Cup Hands Boy, which is Joe, found them and played with them for like 3 days straight. And then I don't know where they're at now. They're somewhere at Jeremy's house. But I did declutter down to, I have 2 of them right now. So I was tickled. I got rid of some of my mason jars, and then I moved my creatine into this little mason jar right here. And I have to say, a couple videos back, I don't remember when it was, I said I don't like to put things in jars just for pretty purposes, and here I went and did that. However, I did have to take my creatine out of that container because it was getting kind of weird. There's collecting a little bit of moisture. I didn't show my living room in here, and I'm not sure why. Oh, because Joe and I cleaned it on our own. And so it's just not in the video, and I think I cleaned it in the last video anyway. Okay, so what you guys are seeing, though, is several days later. On Monday, I think this is when I filmed this Saturday. Okay, so that Monday, oh my goodness, that was the day I went to work I had to be there at 6, so I got up at 3. And that evening, it turned out we forgot Joe had basketball practice. And I really didn't want to miss it because I'm not going to get to go to any of his games. So I rushed home, and I had planned on staying at my house and finishing up this laundry and stuff. But I ended up rushing home and getting all my stuff and going to Jeremy's house, and I planned on staying there because basketball practice ended at 7, and I had to be up the next morning again to be at work at 6. So I was like, you know what? No, I guess I'll just stay here. Anyway, so I rushed home to get all my stuff, and I just left it. So this evening when I got home, which is a Tuesday, I was like, I'm exhausted. It was my last shift, and I just wanted to lay down in bed, but I was like, no. I was like, it'll be so nice to get up in the morning after I sleep in. I was like, and have my room tidy. And I was like, I'm not too good to crawl into bed with a nest, but it'd probably be a better night if I folded all these clothes and put them up. So anyway, y'all know if you see the clothes that this signifies that it is getting towards the end of the video. So I hope that you guys are having an amazing January. I know sometimes January can be a little Mine has started off with a bang, but not a bad one. Just it's like I hit the ground running. We should be starting the ceiling, painting the ceiling and painting the living room here soon. That is my goal for January. I'm going to say now it's to at least get started. I had planned on doing it all last week, but then I ended up working, so I didn't even get started. And that's okay. That's okay. I was trying to make up for the days that I missed. I didn't have to. They would have been fine, but I offered to, so I don't want you guys thinking like my job, they're mean or anything. No, they gave me the opportunity to, and I was very blessed to do it. I asked to do it, if that makes sense. But anyway, I'm trailing, going from thought to thought. I'm getting so sleepy, I can't stand it. But that is something hopefully that will be coming up soon. We'll be painting the ceilings and the wall. And yeah, that's going to be the goal for January. Well, next week's video, I cleaned at Jeremy's while I was there, while he was gone. So you guys will be seeing quite a bit of that. And I think that's really about it. So I hope wherever you guys are at, you're having a blessed one. I love you all so much. I will have a video for you Saturday. Probably just another day in the life, kind of going around. I'm sure you'll see Jeremy there. But yeah, so I hope you guys have a fabulous rest of the week. Bye.